Hello folks, welcome to another video on the channel. This one is of Air Hauler 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and this is Just Flight's first release for the platform, and rest assured there's going to be more coming in the new year. Looking forward to that. But really, this program puts you in the shoes of your own airline business or freight company. You can even do VIP routes, humanitarian missions and cargo runs, the lot. And I guess really for those of you who are wondering what to do in this sim once you've flown over your house and you've done a few local tours, this is the perfect program that gives you a real reason to fly, a purpose for, all of those missions, and you can build your own routes, you can enroll staff, you can check the stock market, you can buy and sell planes, lease planes. It's absolutely endless, a very complex program that I am absolutely in love with, and I use loads in X-Plane 11. It's fantastic to see it now in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. So with that being said, it's now time to fly and do our first check ride, or type rating for this case. And I love that because I guess it makes sense really, doesn't it? If you're going to be flying passengers to their holiday destinations, you need to make sure you're at least competent. So we need to do this test here in the CJ4, and it's going to cost us a very, very healthy sum there, £3,641 and 5 pence. Love the 5 pence. Just makes it feel a bit more realistic. I had a bill for my car today, and it was £832 and 12 pence. So there you are. So yes, we'll click OK and make sure that we're going from our designated airport, Leeds Bradford, and click OK. So welcome back. We are now at Leeds Bradford in the CJ4. It's a little bit rough out here. This is real world weather, and it's raining. What a surprise. Gorgeous aircraft this. Anyway, as you can see from the right hand corner, that is Air Hauler 2. That's actually outside the sim, but I thought I'd add it on to this video so you can see what it's doing. That green connection button means that we are all good to go and we need to start up our bird. So that's exactly what we will do. So here we go then. We best do this correctly as well. So we'll just put the battery on here. Very nice. And maybe we'll get a bit of lighting in here actually, because it's a bit dark and gloomy. And that's all good there. We'll put our avionics on. We'll put our ignitions on. Boost pumps on. Listen to them whirring. We really should put our beacon on, so we'll just do that now. And okay, I think we're about ready. Oh, do you know that guy? He sounds like he's a game show host. And we'll get these engines spooling up there. I love how the fuel pumps have a drain once the starter fires into life. It's a nice little touch for a default bird as well. But anyway, I digress. So we'll definitely put our pitot heats on while we remember. And yeah, listen to the aircraft spooling up here. So it's actually telling us to start up at the moment on the screen there as I look back. Feel a bit nervous, like I'm actually doing a flight test. Okay, so we're now taxiing to the active runway. And I feel a bit nervous, guys. I feel like there's actually someone watching my every move. And that's something that I always love about these types of programs. I honestly feel very different in the sim. I approach it differently because I feel like there is someone watching. I have to make sure that I do the correct procedures. I need to make sure that if I'm on a mission or if I'm, on a job of whatever description, I do it right. Otherwise, I won't get paid. It does definitely make you feel different in the sim, and I like that. I do. Right, anyway, let's just hold short here and contact tower for our takeoff clearance.
Leeds Tower
Clarence.
Romeo Foxtrot Sierra Golf ready at
Landing
runway
light on.
departing straight
Now should have been on before. Strobe. And we'll definitely put
Romeo, Foxtrot, Sierra Golf,
our icing on.
Takeoff runway 14 departing straight out approved.
Roger that.
Cleared for takeoff runway 14 Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Golf.
It's a mucky day here at Leeds Bradford. You know, the way that this sim depicts the atmosphere is just fantastic. The lighting engine is amazing. It never fails to impress me. This is exactly what the UK is like right now, and we're actually getting a bit of a rain shower going overhead. You can see the raindrops appearing. It's really fantastic. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll do this properly. We'll turn around using this here. No shortcuts today. I need to make sure that I'm cleared for this aircraft so I can start making money. And this is really a start of a new series, guys, as well. Of really, you know, come with me on my journey with VR Airways and see how we get on. Hopefully we won't get bankrupt and we'll do well in these strange COVID times, and we'll get plenty of business. And I look forward to seeing how this can be implemented later on once VR gets here. Right, we are now lined up here and ready to go. So we'll just stop here. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to actually do it properly, and we'll stop on the piano keys, as they call it, because this technically isn't the runway here. You see, already I'm thinking differently. Feeling, you know, like I need to be a bit more professional for this one. Right, we'll stop here. Okay, everything is present and correct. I'm going to leave the Air Hauler 2 app in the corner so you can see what it's doing. And it should give us a message once we're airborne. In fact, it's already given us a message for taxi, but you fortunately missed that because I wasn't recording at that particular point typically. But it does give you messages, as you'll see in a moment. Here we go then. We're going for it. Feeling the wind here pushing me. And we're airborne. Gear coming up. Oh wow, there we go, look. So climb to 3,900 feet. Now I could cheat a little bit here and put the autopilot on.
Cessna Foxtrot, Sierra Golf, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Which is terrible really, but you know, beans I'm doing a video as well, why not? I like that. I like this little message window here. That's very cool. And already I'm going too fast. I'm doing 260 knots. That's not good. It's a bit bumpy. It's ironic actually, because my pilot friend has just qualified on citations, and hopefully with a bit of luck I'll get a flight in it soon. Now we're at 4,000 feet here, so we're not doing a very good job. Come on, autopilot. I probably should just hand fly it, to be honest. I am cheating, but never mind. It'll be interesting anyway. I'm not really bothered if I don't do things correctly. I just want to show you what the program does. So if it does pick up on some of my horrendous flying that I'm doing right now, then that's all good. Look at that weather. My goodness me. I love seeing those showers everywhere. fully dynamic weather system. Something we've been missing in a sim for a very, very long time indeed. So we're now on heading and altitude, 242 knots, turn onto heading 104 and descend 3,700 feet. Roger that. So we've now turned onto a heading of 104, descending to 3,700 feet indicated. I've just backed off the speed a little bit because we are going a bit quick. I want to make sure that I don't veer off too much with the intended plan here. Oh, turn to heading of 166 and descend to 3,000 feet. This is great, I love this. Oh, a bit too far there. 166 and we'll go to 3,000 feet. VS that down nice and gently. Now from the previous air hauler that I used in X-Plane, I like how the tips are right in your centre vision there, and it looks very modern. I like the design of it. And it doesn't get in the way too much. It lets you concentrate on the flying without being too obtrusive. I do think there is a way of that being read out to you as well, so you probably could easily use this in VR without much modification. But as I say, you'll see a lot of Air Hauler 2 in the coming months as we do our best to make our business successful. Hopefully with flights all around Europe and beyond. Right, we're just slowly getting into our altitude of 3,000 feet. We'll have another look outside. Oh, okay. Land at departure airport. Okay, landing or better required. Oh, now I've gone nervous again. That's fine. Right, what we'll do then is we'll bring up our map actually just to check where we are, because we're a fair ways off now actually. Okay. We'll come in for a landing at Leeds Bradford, and hopefully we'll pass our little test.
Minimums.
It is bumpy. It is really bumpy. Here we go.
40, 30, 20.
Come on now. Nice and slow. Gently does it. There we go. Landed, taxi and park. It's not giving anything away, is it? Oh, it's like being on my driving test again. I'm all nervous.
Going to 120.305 Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Golf.
Tell you what, we'll go straight ahead. It's a very bumpy taxiway here at Orbex, Leeds Bradford. Yeah, we'll just park here. I can't take the suspense. Nice and slow. And bring it to a stop. Okay. Parking brake is on. I'm not quite sure whether we need to shut down the engine, so we'll do that. Oh, there we go. Now, you wouldn't have seen that because I'm using OBS, but you certainly would have heard the clapping. Let me just give you a second and I'll show you that. So there you are, guys. We have passed our flight test. That's quite a relief, actually. And as you can see here, we had the initial climb, general handling, landing result. So I guess that's all a tick. And no remarks, as I can see there. So fantastic. Okay, now that we've done that, I think what we'll do is we'll do our first job. Exciting, guys. So let's do it right now. Right, so I think it's time to start earning money. And to do that, we're going to create our own little passenger flight to Heathrow Airport from our base up in the north at Leeds Bradford. Now, you might want to change the configuration of your aircraft. I did that with this one, the CJ4. So I've got 2 first-class tickets, seats rather, and 3 business and 2 economy. I think that's a pretty decent range there. And you can change all the pricing as well, which I'll show you in a moment. You've also got your maintenance tab here. And thankfully, even though we had a bit of a rough landing at Leeds Bradford, it's still at 100% condition, which is all very much a relief for me. So let's start our first route here. So we'll go to the route tab there. And it's just a case of basically adding a new sector. We'll be departing from our home base at Leeds Bradford. And then I think for this one, we're going to go to Heathrow, which will be a nice little route down south. So, oh, hang on a minute. We need to put the code in. Echo Golf Lima Lima. And there we are. Use selected. And this is great, guys. This is where you can select your cost of your seats. Now, for first class, I'm thinking around £500, perhaps, and business, maybe £250. I think even these prices are going to be quite expensive. I'm not sure we're going to get many takers, to be honest. And economy, we'll go for £120. But this is a business jet. But I've got a feeling we're not going to get many tickets sold for that, because if you look at this, all of the other things are taken into consideration. The direct operating costs, the cost per seat mile, of course the fuel costs and the landing fees, and we're going to Heathrow, so that's actually going to be really expensive, £109. It's very, very detailed, this thing. And since I'm going to have my tea in a moment, it's 7 o'clock here in the UK, I'm going to set this flight to go at 8 o'clock. Because this is all real time as well, guys. Very serious stuff, this. So I think that's all good to go there. We'll add that sector in. And what we'll do then is, if we're going to fly this ourselves, because, you know, if you want to, you can enroll staff, enroll pilots to do all this for you. You can just sit back and let the money roll in. But for this first flight, we're going to do it ourselves. And we click fly sector. Oh, we've got 2 sold already for the business and 1 economy. That's all good. And if we click fly now, which you can see here, our estimated range with the fuel on board is 797 nautical miles, and we're only going 150 nautical miles, so that's fine, thankfully. Click OK, and this is the create flight plan page. Say that after a few pints. Which we're going to go direct, so that's absolutely fine, but we're not going to go 25,000 feet. We're going to go about maybe 15,000 feet. That will do nicely. And we can accept the route and fly. So the next thing, oh, actually, before I do that, we're going to change our gate. We're going to go to, obviously, start from the GA side at East Midlands, and it definitely will be an IFR plan, simply because the weather is still bad in the UK. Right, I will now see you in the sim as we prepare for takeoff at Leeds Bradford.
Your seatbelt is fastened and adjusted as demonstrated, and unfastened like this. Would you now please ensure that your seatbelt is fastened and tables closed, ready for takeoff?
Okay, so we're now being clear for takeoff. Just doing a few initial checks, and we will get going.
Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Golf, continue for south departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
This is a beautiful sim, isn't it? It really is. Right, anyway, acknowledge that.
Leeds Tower Cessna Victor Romeo Foxtrot Sierra
And
Golf,
we're
continue
going
for south departure.
to autopilot on FLC mode and nav mode. And actually we'll climb out, yeah, 200 knots. Captain, you're making your passengers feel uncomfortable. Oh my goodness me, comfort level 74%. Oh dear. Oh, this is not good. Actually, I remember my pilot friend. I remember my pilot friend once telling me that FLC mode is something they very rarely use because clearly we're going at 4,500 feet at the moment, and because obviously most business jets are rocket ships, it would be very uncomfortable to be going up that quick. I mean, look at the angle there. So most of the time they would use VS mode in real life, and it's actually great to see that air hauler is, you know, monitoring and simulating what it would feel like for the passengers. And I guess really this flight isn't about me doing things by the book as such, but more about what the what air hauler simulates, what it detects during this flight. I mean, clearly I'm doing a terrible job already. I'm late and I've made my passengers feel sick. So yeah, not a great first run for VR Airways so far. Oh dear. Right, I've just got this vision of looking at the back and there's just champagne all over the place and there's, you know, smashed glasses and oh my goodness me. Anyway, let's hope not, and we'll continue on our merry way and get cracking. Let's enjoy the views and his leads down there. Very nice indeed. In fact, it looks like we're leaving the cloud behind us a little bit as well, which is good. And we will be at 15,000 feet in a moment's time. I think we can take the fuel boost pump off now. Get the landing lights off. Leave the ignitions on for now. And as you can see there in the right hand corner, sorry, yeah, the right bottom corner now, that it's tracking our route. And what I really like as well is it gives you an indication there that we're en route, and it will give you a weather report as well if it has the information. Really cool. And what I really like about this as well is that you can see other people going about their business as well. You can see there's actually 4 aircraft in my vicinity, and they are actually real air hauler 2 pilots going around there, you know, doing their jobs. And in fact, actually it says in, you probably won't be able to see that on the screen, but it's actually reporting 107 pilots are flying at the time of this recording in my area. That's really, really cool. So let's have a look now. We've got 4 people now around us. Most of them are airliners. Actually, no, one of them's a Cessna Skyhawk. One of them's a Cessna 152 as well. So okay, we've got a few GA air hauler 2 pilots as well. It's good to see. And we're just passing over Sheffield actually at the moment. And what we'll do, we'll pick this up a bit later on down the road when we get closer to London, which shouldn't be too long, hopefully. Do you know, I love that about this sim, that you can see clouds right up into the horizon, and if there's any storms or any sort of layers of cloud of different weather, you can see it and you can weave through it and you can dodge it just like in real life. We've never had that before in a flight sim. Very special indeed. And I say that because I can just see over there, look, been a building cloud right off in the distance. That's probably like 50 miles away or something, but yet it's still modelled. Really cool indeed. Anyway, back to business. Quite literally back to business. We're actually speeding still here, but we need to descend a bit quicker. Hopefully that won't upset the passengers too much. And we'll be contacting Heathrow any moment. And below us is the M25. Oh, the infamous M25. Thankfully, I only have to go on that road every other week. Right, there's Heathrow. Suddenly appeared there. Right, so let's contact Heathrow and get our landing clearance. VFR, so we're going to be doing a circuit at Heathrow, which is probably never heard of, but we're going to do it today.
Cessna Victor Romeo Foxtrot Sierra Golf is 7 miles north with India to land.
Cessna Victor Romeo Foxtrot, Sierra Golf, Heathrow Tower. Fly left traffic, runway 27 right. Altimeter 29.71 wind 20.
Roger that. Right, we're going to heading mode then. Slow down a bit more.
Fly left traffic, runway 27 right, Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Golf.
2971. There we go. And get set up for our landing. Okay, gear is coming down. We're going to take the autopilot off now. We have control. See the London landmarks in the distance there. The visibility is amazing. In fact, probably a little bit unrealistic actually, if I'm honest. I don't think we ever get visibility like this in the UK, to be honest. Right, anyway. Slowly does it. Ease it down. I'm feeling quite tentative. I never usually fly with sort of people in mind in the back, you know, because I just know that Air Hauler 2 is tracking my every move. It really does make you think differently about your flying, without a doubt. Makes you into a better pilot, I'd imagine, actually. Gorgeous views here. See the shard in the distance there. What a sim this is. Oh wow, I was not expecting that. It's gone up by 3% and I'm too busy looking. I'm completely ruining this approach here. Let's just try and get a bit stable. I'm just trying to be very careful with my vertical speed. Try and get on the glide slope the best I can. I'm quite happy actually with this configuration. I'm not going to go full flaps. The runway is plenty big enough for our little citation. See, we've got 2 red, 2 white at the moment. This is it, guys. We're coming in for our first job. Exciting. Little fast actually now. Slow down.
Heathrow Tower, Korean Air 539er, 10 miles, east inbound ILS runway 27 right approach.
That's a good picture, that is. I'm happy with that.
Korean Air 539er, Heathrow Tower. Cleared ILS runway 27 right approach. Altimeter 29.74 wind 202 at 10.
It's a busy day here at Heathrow. That's all real life traffic as well. Okay, we are a bit fast, but that's all right.
Cleared ILS runway 27 right approach. Korean Air 539er.
50.
Just going to roll it out.
30. 20.
A bit of a bump in the runway here, so I'm just adjusting for that. Bit of a long landing, but I'm being tentative here. Oh! Okay, taxi. Landing was a greaser. Arrival was Yeah, we'll gloss over that and the fact that there's also an aircraft taking off or doing something. That's sometimes what you have to deal with live traffic. I like how it lets you know. A greaser, that's what I like to hear. Slowing down here, 60 knots. And we will taxi to the terminal.
121 decimal 855 Cessna Foxtrot Sierra Golf.
But yeah, what we'll do now, we'll taxi back and then we'll review how skint we're going to be after this. I think really I need to do some longer runs and do some cargo runs. But I can't wait to get cracking, guys, with this. Let me know in the comments, what do you think to Air Hauler 2? Is it something you'd be interested in? I think it's a really interesting take, a different sort of way of looking at flight simulation. And yeah, I really like it. I think it's fantastic, especially because it's so comprehensive and detailed. They've literally thought of every facet of owning your own company. And you know what? I can imagine it's pretty stressful. I've just paid £109 just to land here today. All right, that's great. So we're disembarking passengers. I've just completed a passenger flight, so I've got a bit of an award for that as well. Alt-tab back to Air Hauler to complete flight. You can now go back to the main menu. Right, we'll shut down here, and as I say, I'll see you in the office in a moment. So here we are, guys, back to the sort of flight performance page. You can really go through all of the details here if you're interested, to let you know how many G's you've pulled. All I want to know is that the landing was a greaser, so I'm happy with that. Flight time was 31 minutes. And yeah, we'll finish that monitoring there. And I think really, guys, that's going to be it for my first video of Air Hauler 2. There's going to be plenty more of it to come. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you're going to pick it up. I think it's a fantastic program. Very, very sort of in-depth, actually. And yeah, fantastic work by Just Flight. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye for now.